Welcome to the Get More Sports Better Breakdown. My name's Joe Tussing, and on today's show, we are going to take a look at UFC 235's light heavyweight title matchup between Anthony Smith and the GOAT Jon Jones. Today's show brought to us by BetDSI. Follow the link in the description over to the BetDSI site, and they are going to give you a 100% deposit bonus just for signing up and making your first deposit. So, UFC 235, Anthony Smith has talked his way and fought his way into a title fight against the 23-1, the greatest of all time, Jon Bones Jones. Anthony Smith is 30-13, and that is what the line really reflects. We have Jon Jones opened up at about a minus 1,300 at BetDSI, has backed off a bit to minus 1,250 for the comeback at plus 700 for Anthony Smith. Basically, you got to bet $1,250 to win $100 if you're going to go with Jon Jones. If you're going to go with Anthony Smith, throwing down $100 will win you $700. If you get over on the line right now, I'm sure it's going to move around a little bit, but it'll probably stay pretty close to where it's at right now. Everybody thinks that Jon Jones is going to steamroll through Anthony Smith, but Anthony Smith has looked like a different fighter since moving up to 205 from 185. He spent most of his career at 185. And Anthony Smith is a finisher. He's got 17 KOs. He's got 10 or 11 submissions. Very few decisions on his record. Jon Jones, he's a finisher, but not quite the rate that Anthony Smith has. He's got a few decisions over the last few fights, but most recently head kick KO'd Daniel Cormier and finished Alexander Gustafsson by brutal ground and pound, and that is where the difference making in this fight is going to happen. I really think that if Jon Jones can get top position on Anthony Smith, he will do a lot of damage. We saw in the Anthony Smith versus Thiago Santos fight, Thiago Santos was able to hold Anthony Smith on his back, land some really heavy ground and pound, and Jon Jones's ground and pound is on a whole nother level than Thiago Santos. On the feet, Jon Jones has an 8-inch reach advantage, but Jon doesn't really take advantage of his reach with his punches. He uses his oblique kick or his teep to the knee to keep space. Anthony Smith is a very straightforward striker. He likes to throw down the middle. He throws his left and right hand, or his right hand down the middle right behind his jab. He likes to blitz a lot and leaves himself open like we saw in the Thiago Santos fight. He rushed in and caught a vicious elbow to the face, but seems like he's more durable at 205 than he ever was at 185 pounds. Jon Jones, always super durable. He has never been stopped inside of the octagon. He's never lost inside of the octagon. That one on his record, we all know, is nonsense. Matt Hamill did not beat Jon Jones. So we've got basically the greatest of all time, undefeated light heavyweight champion Jon Jones taking on a resurging Anthony Smith, kind of like a Robbie Lawler sort of story. Been up and down through his career. His most recent run here in the UFC has started to see him pick up steam with the move to 205. He really looks like a different fighter, a lot more power, and he's a lot more durable. So this could get interesting if he is able to keep it on the feet and land some good punches with Jon Jones. But I really think that the finish is going to come on the ground. Jon Jones is going to ground and pound TKO Anthony Smith, I think, in the second round. We might see some fireworks in the first round, but I think the blitzkrieging sort of go for broke style that Anthony Smith is going to employ is not going to work out well with such a methodical fighter like Jon Bones Jones. That's another big difference in their styles. Jon takes his time, sets things up, really has a super high fight IQ. Anthony Smith is looking for the finish at all times. He's going for broke, throwing everything he's got. And that really leaves a lot of openings in his game when he's rushing forward. Jon Jones has been known to throw nasty spinning elbows, and I think that's where he's going to drop Anthony Smith in this fight. Backing off, Anthony Smith rushes in, catches a nasty spinning elbow, and then gets finished with strikes on the ground. That's how I see this fight going. But there's always a chance for an upset. I mean, one of the biggest upsets in betting history was a -600 Sokaju over Nogueira way back in the Pride days. So could we see another just ridiculous upset with the -700 Anthony Smith taking out the GOAT Jon Jones? Or will we get another masterful performance in this round of the Jon Jones saga at light heavyweight? Interested to see if he'll get some more wins and then move up to challenge Daniel Cormier. Or will Cormier take the bait and come back down to 205 to get starched up one more time? Only time will tell, but until then, really excited for this matchup. Jon Jones over Anthony Smith, probably by second round TKO. That's what I'm going with. Head over to BetDSI, sign up for an account. They'll give you a 100% bonus on your first deposit. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll talk to you soon.